There is a war going on, not outside but within you. A battle between the thoughts that lift you and the thoughts that limit you. And if you don't learn to take control of those thoughts, they will take control of you. You were born to live in fear. You weren't created to be consumed by doubt. You were made to rise with power, with clarity, and with purpose. Negative thoughts don't define you unless you let them. So today, this moment right now, is where the shift begins. You're about to learn how to stop negative thoughts instantly and take back the power that's already inside you. The moment a negative thought enters your mind, you have a choice, and that choice determines everything. But here's the reality. Most people don't even realize they're making a choice because they've allowed negative thinking to become automatic. It's a loop, a silent, repetitive mental pattern that runs beneath the surface like a virus in your system. One small thought becomes a second, then a spiral. I'm not good enough. This always happens to me. I'll never succeed. And before you know it, your state is hijacked, your mood crashes, and your energy is drained. But what if I told you that you don't have to play along? What if I told you that a single second, a single move could break that loop instantly? That's where the power lies. The first and most powerful strategy to stop negative thoughts instantly is to interrupt the pattern. Because if you don't break the pattern will break you. The mind loves certainty. It loves repetition. It repeats what is familiar, even if that familiarity is painful. So if you've been feeding it fear, insecurity, or doubt, guess what it's going to default to? Exactly that. But here's the truth. Your mind may be conditioned, but you can recondition. And reconditioning starts with disruption. When that first negative thought enters, the moment you feel it, don't entertain it. Don't reason with it. Don't try to negotiate with it. Disrupt it, shock it, break the pattern so hard that your mind has no choice but to redirect. You can do this physically, vocally, emotionally, whatever it takes. Clap your hands loud, say no out loud, stand up suddenly, change your posture, do 10 jumping jacks, laugh randomly, snap your fingers, anything that jolts your nervous system out of that mental trance. This isn't silly, this is science. Your nervous system and your thought patterns are linked. When your mind goes into a negative spiral, your body follows, your shoulders slump, your breathing becomes shallow, your energy drops. But when you shock the body, when you bring sudden energy and motion, it snaps the brain out of its loop. Why does this work? Because the brain can't stay in two states at once. You can't be confident and full of fear at the same time. You can't feel gratitude and depression at the same time. So when you interrupt the pattern, even for a second, you create a gap. And in that gap, you gain access to power. The power to choose what comes next. And that's where transformation begins. That tiny moment of awareness where you say, this is not who I am, I refuse to follow this path again. That second becomes a decision. That decision becomes a habit. And that habit becomes your new identity. This is not about being positive all the time. It's about being powerful in the moment when negativity tries to take over. It's about no longer being a prisoner of automatic patterns that were never yours to begin with. You don't wait for the storm to pass, you disrupt the storm while it's brewing. This practice, like anything, becomes stronger with repetition. At first, it may feel awkward, you might forget, you might catch the thought too late, but the more you practice pattern interruption, the quicker you act, the stronger your internal system becomes. You start to reclaim authority over the most important territory you'll ever own, the space between your ears. You are not the voice of fear, you are the awareness that hears it. And awareness is always stronger than the noise. If you want to take control of your mind, you must first take control of your body. Because whether you realize it or not, your body is not separate from your thoughts. It's the trigger, the mirror, and the amplifier of your mental state. You don't slouch because you're sad. You're sad because you slouched. You don't feel anxious and then breathe shallow. Breathe shallow and then begin to feel anxious. That's the truth. Nobody tells you. Your emotions are not random. They are physical, they are chemical, they are deeply tied to how you move, how you sit, how you breathe, and how you hold yourself moment by moment. You can't feel powerful while crouched over, head down, eyes dull, voice weak. Your physiology communicates directly with your brain. It sends signals, and those signals tell your mind how to feel. It's like a silent language that your body is always speaking. So if you want to instantly interrupt negative thoughts, don't start with your mind, start with your movement. Feet up, shake your arms out, stretch your spine, lift your chest, Breathe in deeper than you have all day. Stand like someone who owns the space they're standing in. Move like someone who believes they are capable of more. Walk like someone on a mission, not with hesitation, but with certainty. Because when your body aligns with strength, your brain begins to feel it, even if it didn't believe it a moment ago. This is the missing piece for most people. They try to think their way out of a dark place, but the mind is a battlefield. And when you're already overwhelmed by negative thoughts, the last thing you want to do is battle those thoughts in their own territory. Instead, you get leverage. You use your body as a tool to create a state shift. Think about it. What do winners do when they win? They raise their arms. They jump. They shout. Their body explodes with energy. That's not just celebration, it's anchoring. That physical movement locks in confidence. It tells the mind, this is who I am now. You can reverse engineer that same power, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. That's when it counts the most. So next time you're stuck in a negative loop, try this. Stand up. Roll your shoulders back. Take 3 massive deep breaths. Speak one powerful phrase out loud. I'm in control. Feel how different that is from slumping over and repeating, I can't do this. Your nervous system is like a radio. If you don't like the station you're on, you change the frequency. That frequency is your posture, your breath, your facial expression, your gestures. Every single part of you is either feeding the fear or fighting it. Your physiology is the fastest way to create instant change. It doesn't require a therapist. It doesn't require hours of meditation. It doesn't even require belief. Just motion, just intention, just one physical shift to send a new command to the brain. Confidence is not something you wait to feel. It's something you create. Strength is not something that arrives one day. It's something you embody right now through the way you carry yourself. The next time your mind tells you that you're not enough, that you're tired, that you're stuck, that you're done, don't respond with thoughts. Respond with movement. The mind may resist, but the body leads. And when the body leads with power, the mind eventually follows. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. It's one of the most powerful truths you'll ever learn, and yet it's one of the most underestimated. Every moment of every day, you are focusing on something. The problem isn't that your focus is broken, it's that it's been hijacked. Hijacked by fear, by negativity, by doubt. Not because you're weak, but because you've never been taught to take command of it. Your focus determines how you feel, how you act, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately, the quality of your entire life. 2 people can experience the same situation. One falls apart, the other rises stronger. The difference isn't luck, it's focus. One focuses on the problem, the pain, and the fear. The other focuses on the lesson, the opportunity, and the next step forward. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's not because life is too much, it's because your focus is too narrow, too negative, too attached to what's going wrong instead of what's still right. Most people live in mental autopilot, constantly scanning for what they don't have, what's missing, what might go wrong, and they wonder why they feel powerless, drained, defeated. But you can flip that script right now. By shifting your focus, you change your emotion. Change the emotion and you change the behavior. Change the behavior and everything changes. It starts with awareness. Ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? Is it something empowering me or something draining me? Is it pulling me forward or holding me back? Am I focused on who I used to be or who I can become? Because focus is a choice. And like any muscle, it can be trained. You don't wait for better thoughts. You direct them. You aim them like a laser. Here's the reality. Your brain is a meaning-making machine. Whatever you focus on, your brain will expand. Focus on fear, and fear will grow. Focus on gratitude, and your capacity for joy and strength multiplies. This isn't positive thinking. This is intentional focus, the discipline of choosing what deserves your mental energy. And focus isn't just internal, it's external too. What are you looking at every day? What are you feeding your mind? What are you reading, watching, scrolling, absorbing? Because what you repeatedly expose yourself to becomes the lens through which you see the world. If you wake up and all you see is chaos, failure, and scarcity, you'll live in reaction mode. But if you wake up and direct your attention toward possibility, growth, purpose, you shift from reaction to creation. You stop waiting for the world to change and start creating a new one from the inside out. You can train your focus Like an athlete trains their body. Start small. Every morning, focus on 3 things you're truly grateful for. Not just surface things, go deep. Then visualize one powerful goal you want to accomplish. Hold it in your mind. Make it vivid. See it, feel it, connect to it emotionally. That 5-minute discipline can condition your brain to look for progress instead of problems. Throughout the day, catch yourself. When your focus slips into fear or lack, redirect it. Ask a better question. What's the opportunity in this challenge? What's still in my control? What's the next best move I can make? These questions shift your focus from problems to solutions, from limitation to power. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control what you give your attention to. That attention will define your emotions, your results, and your future. Focus isn't just mental, it's emotional, physical, spiritual. It's the steering wheel of your entire life. Your voice is not just sound, it's a command, a declaration, a force of creation. Every word you speak is either building you or breaking you. And most people don't even realize that the most dangerous conversations they'll ever have are the ones they have with themselves. Your words shape your emotions, they define your identity. They build your beliefs. If you repeatedly say, I'm tired, your body will listen. If you say, I can't, your mind will shut down options. If you say, nothing ever works for me, you will begin to expect failure even before trying. This is not magic. It's not superstition. It's neurological conditioning. The brain listens when you speak, and the more emotion you attach to those words, the deeper it sinks into your identity. Now think about the voice that echoes in your head when you fail. Is it empowering or destructive? Does it encourage you to get up, or does it shame you into silence? That voice, that inner dialogue, is formed by repeated language, words you've said or accepted so many times that you don't even question them anymore. But you must, because until you change your language, you can't change your life. The mind is always listening. When you speak power over yourself, when you declare strength, resilience, growth, even in your weakest moments, you're planting seeds in the soil of your subconscious. At first, it may feel fake. You might say, I am confident, and your mind may say, no, you're not. But don't stop, because repetition creates belief, and belief shapes behavior. So you can't wait until you feel confident to speak with confidence. You must speak with confidence to begin feeling it. This is why affirmations, when done right, aren't silly, they are strategic. They rewire the mind, reprogram the nervous system, and teach your brain what to focus on. They give you emotional leverage in the moments you need it most. But you must speak them with certainty. You must stand tall, breathe deep, and say it like you mean it. And don't whisper power into your life. Roar it, declare it, own it. Your voice must carry the authority of someone who's tired of being ruled by fear, someone who's done apologizing for existing, someone who's ready to step into their full potential. Words are energy, and they don't just affect your mind, they affect the people around you. When you speak positively, you become a source of light in rooms filled with darkness. You become contagious, not with negativity, but with hope. That energy can shift environments. It can build momentum. It can attract opportunity. And all of it begins with how you speak about yourself when no one is listening. If you constantly talk about your limits, you will live within them. But if you begin to speak about your strength, your vision, your calling, you'll begin to live into those words. This isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about refusing to let those problems dictate your identity. So speak power into your morning. Speak clarity into your decisions. Speak strength over your struggles. Choose words that lift you, not language that locks you into who you used to be. And speak them daily, not once, not when you feel like it, but as a discipline. Because repetition is what builds the new narrative. You don't rise by chance, you rise by language. Speak as if your life depends on it, because it does. The stories you repeat become the beliefs you hold, and the beliefs you hold become the boundaries of your life. Your voice is your most underused tool. Not the voice in your head, the voice that commands the room, commands the moment, and commands your own state of being. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Most people never realize this. They think their suffering comes from circumstances, from failures, from rejection or loss. But the truth is, their suffering is rooted in the silent, unconscious questions they keep repeating inside their head. And those questions are shaping their reality every single day. Your brain is a powerful search engine. Ask it a question, and it will go searching for an answer every single time. But most people are asking the wrong questions. They ask, why does this always happen to me? Why am I like this? What's wrong with me? And without realizing it, they're training their brain to look for evidence that confirms those assumptions. The mind is not biased toward truth, it's biased toward confirmation. So if you ask it a disempowering question, it will go find a disempowering answer. Ask it why you're failing, and it will tell you because you're not good enough. Ask it why people don't respect you, and it will pull out a memory from 10 years ago to prove the point. Not because it's true, but because it's familiar. The brain is a meaning-making machine, and it builds that meaning based on the questions you feed it. But you can change that. You can stop feeding it garbage and start giving it fuel. You can shift from questions that shrink your confidence to questions that expand your power. Instead of asking, why am I stuck? Ask, what's one step I can take right now to move forward? Instead of asking, why does nobody support me? Ask, how can I become the kind of person others want to support? The difference is subtle in words, but monumental in impact. Empowering questions move your mind into solution mode. They pull you out of victim thinking and into creative thinking. They force your brain to seek possibility instead of excuses. And the moment you start asking those questions consistently, your life starts to bend towards strength, because questions direct focus. And focus, as you already know, creates feeling. That feeling fuels action. That action creates results. And those results reinforce belief. Ask yourself, what do I consistently ask when things go wrong? Is it why me? Or what can I learn from this? Is it how do I fix this? Or who can help me grow through this? Your questions are patterns, they're mental habits, and habits can be changed, but not by accident, by choice. Create a toolbox of powerful questions. Questions that lift you, challenge you, stretch you. Questions that reframe pain as purpose and obstacles as opportunities. When you wake up in the morning, don't just react to your day. Take charge of it. Ask, what am I excited about today? What can I give today? Who can I uplift today? These aren't just feel-good thoughts. These are focused resetting, energy shifting activators. Even in your darkest moments, questions are the key. When everything feels heavy, ask, what's the gift in this? You may not find the answer right away, but the question opens the door. When you feel like giving up, ask, what would the strongest version of me do right now? That question alone can snap you back into power, because that version of you already exists. It just needs to be summoned. Questions don't just help you think differently, they help you become different. Your identity is shaped by what you seek. If you seek proof of weakness, you'll find it. But if you seek proof of growth, of strength, of purpose, you'll start to uncover parts of yourself you didn't even know were there. Questions lead you inward, and what you find there can change everything. Your mind, just like your body, needs training. It needs structure. It needs intentional conditioning every single day. You wouldn't expect your body to grow stronger if you only exercised once a month. You wouldn't expect to stay fit if you ate clean one day and gave up the rest. So why do people think mental strength just happens? Why do they expect confidence, clarity, focus, and emotional resilience to show up without putting in the reps? This is where most people fail. They think motivation is something they'll stumble into. They wait for inspiration. They wait for energy. They wait until the moment feels right. But power isn't found in the waiting. Power is built in rituals and small repeated acts that anchor your identity and reset your emotional state day after day. A daily reset ritual isn't just a routine. It's a declaration, a decision to stop living on autopilot and to start stepping into each day with clarity, strength, and purpose. Because left unchecked, the mind defaults to old patterns. It replays the past. It anticipates problems. It seeks safety, not growth. And if you don't direct it, if you don't reset it, it will pull you into cycles that feel familiar but are secretly destroying you. This ritual doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to take hours. What matters is intention and consistency. It's not about volume, it's about depth. Even 10 to 15 minutes done with focus and intensity can rewire your mindset, reframe your emotions, and reconnect you with the strongest version of yourself. Start with your breath Your breath is the gateway to your nervous system. Shallow, rapid breaths send signals of fear and anxiety. Deep, slow, controlled breathing tells your system, I am safe, I am calm, I am present. Take 3 to 5 minutes every morning to breathe with power. Breathe into your belly, not your chest. Inhale strength, exhale tension. With every breath, take back control. Then shift into gratitude. Not generic, surface level gratitude, but deep emotional connection to what is already beautiful and meaningful in your life. Gratitude is the fastest way to shift your emotional state from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith. Don't just list things, feel them. Visualize the people, moments, and opportunities you're thankful for. Let that emotion rise. Let it fill your system. Chant. Next, speak your truth. Say out loud who you are and who you are becoming. Use affirmations that align with your future, not your past. I am strong. I am focused. I am a creator, not a reactor. Your brain listens. Your cells listen. Every word you speak carves a groove in your subconscious. Repetition turns those grooves into pathways, and those pathways turn into behavior. And visualize your day. Don't let the world decide how your day will go. See it first in your mind. Walk through it mentally. See yourself calm in chaos, confident in decisions, focused in your goals. Don't just see the outcome, feel it. Feel the strength, feel the momentum, feel the fulfillment. When your mind rehearses success, it begins to expect it. This ritual is not just for mornings. It can be done anytime. When the day gets heavy, when stress begins to rise, when doubt creeps in, pause and reset. A few deep breaths, a moment of gratitude, a whispered affirmation, a mental replay of your vision. You don't need a perfect environment. You just need a decision to interrupt the pattern and return to power. You train your mind not in grand gestures, but in quiet moments of discipline. You don't wait for life to calm down. You prepare yourself to rise above the storm. And that preparation happens every day you choose to reset instead of react.